You don't want to go to the vet?
Hello and welcome to the Natural Pet Health segment of the Health and Wellness Show. My name is Zoya and I'm a fourth-year veterinary student. During my studies, I had an opportunity to observe all kinds of things that, just like in human medicine, aren't particularly beneficial or right for our pet's well-being. Therefore, this time we are going to talk about the main 10 lies told to us by the mainstream veterinarian science, or in other words, 10 main issues misrepresented or presented to us incorrectly. These are lies that contribute to the development of various diseases and prevent your pets from having long, healthy and happy lives. Unsurprisingly, many of the issues are similar to the lies told by human doctors, and in many cases, if you'll educate yourself on better nutrition and way of life for yourself, it could be applied for your pet as well, of course with some modifications. So we will begin with the first lie. Kibble or dry food is good for your pet, particularly if it's a special diet, some sort of metabolic blend or dry food for cats with kidney disease, for example. Well, the reality is that it isn't true. My favorite counter-argument is, how would you feel after eating croutons all your life, no matter how tasty the croutons are? We are going to expand on each of the points in further shows, but for now let me just say that as it turns out, dry food is one of the main reasons for many metabolic and hormonal diseases, and in many cases it's also very expensive, so you end up paying twice. First time for a bad food, and then for a visit to a veterinarian. The solution? Feed your pets with natural species-appropriate diet. Next issue is vaccines and the need to vaccinate every year. Now, do you remember how I told you that we humans and animals have a very similar physiology, right? And thank God we don't have to vaccinate every year. In fact, there is enough evidence that we don't need to vaccinate at all. But since in most of the countries it's the law that you have to vaccinate your pet for rabies at least once, there is no way around it. But there is a very big lie in the veterinarian community that one has to do annual revaccinations for several main viruses or bacteria in order to maintain the same level of immunity. In the dedicated show, we are going to expand on this topic in order to help you understand how immunity works and how to ask your local veterinarian to test your pet's immunity next time he or she will remind you about revaccination. Next topic is steroids or extensive use of steroids, for example in cases of acute inflammation, skin diseases and other. And while steroids considered to be miracle makers, they can heal pretty fast, they also have an insidious side that we all should be aware of. For example, owners of specific dog breeds like poodles should be aware that in some cases it may be enough for their dog to have even one shot of cortisone to acquire Cushing disease. We will talk about possible alternative solutions, or if it's unavoidable, how to minimize the damage. Next topic is various chronic diseases, and it will be combined with cancer. Those are very broad topics with many possible causes like breed, predisposition, bad nutrition, bad environment, and yes, even Wi-Fi can trigger development of cancer or contribute to various chronic diseases. So we are going to talk about that too. Next topic or next lie is herbal medicine is useless and nothing more than pseudoscience. And it's true that there are many veterinarians that consider homeopathy, for example, as a witchcraft, and those who practice it as charlatans. Now, I study in the East European University, and one of the things that are surprisingly good here is because the university doesn't have a big budget for fancy equipment or drugs, they teach us how to treat animals using natural or herbal solutions, something we can find in a forest or in a field nearby. And I can tell you from a personal experience that it does work, so we will talk about that too. A separate show will be dedicated to homeopathy. I myself have no experience with it, but will do my research and share the results with you. Now, next topic will be neutering, sterilization or castration. The thing is that for a very long time, neutering was considered to be the most responsible thing a pet owner had to do in order to prevent overpopulation of stray dogs and cats. But now, more and more, we hear how Early neutering, early is when a pet is less than 1 year old, leads to various hormonal and metabolic disorders, skin diseases, and problems with the immune system in general. So now being a responsible owner takes entirely new form. So we will talk about that. Next topic will be necessity of doing various surgeries, cosmetic or other. Now, sometimes surgery is unavoidable. For example, in cases of accidents, various fractures, inbred disabilities or disorders. But that's what surgery should be, a last resort, a last solution, emergency case. But there are still many veterinarians that do cosmetic surgeries, even if they were outlawed in many countries. Surgeries like declawing, ear cropping, debarking, or cutting of vocal cords. It's possible that many owners don't know how painful or uncomfortable such surgeries for pets, so we are going to talk about that. And the last topic is going to be flea, tick protection, deworming, and poisoning in pets in general. Because there are many solutions that are very effective, but also very damaging for pets. If you put even one tiny extra drop or won't apply the solution correctly, it can lead to poisoning. Not to mention extreme sensitivity of some dog breeds like Collie and Sheltie to the main active ingredient in deworming products. So we are going to talk about possible alternative and natural solutions. So this is it for today's show. And next time we are going to talk about nutrition, about species appropriate diet. And for now, thank you for listening and good day.